Health news this morning. February, of course, is Heart Month, and the CDC, they are encouraging us to pay attention to our heart health. Women in particular are asked to keep an eye on their physical heart health, mind, body, and soul. They all play a part with each other. Here to talk more about that and taking care of your heart when it comes to your mind and emotions is Dr. Tori Dixon. Good morning to you, Tori.
Good morning, Cleo. Thank you for having me this morning.
Glad to have you. Okay, so why is it so important that we consider, I guess, our emotional health when discussing our heart health?
You gave a beautiful statistic right at the beginning of this segment, and I'm going to follow that up with the American Heart Association that tells us that chronic stress, and that is stress over long periods of times where our bodies are on and off all the time, it creates high blood pressure, it creates stroke, and it just creates risks for us to have an unhealthy heart.
Now, what impact would you say does our mental and emotional health have on our hearts?
It's absolutely imperative that we pay so much attention to what's happening with us emotionally and mentally. I always say the biggest misconception that we have is that somehow our mental and emotional health is separate from our physical health, when really we are one machine. We work together. So that means our minds, our bodies, everything works together. And when our mental and emotional health isn't well, the symptoms show up in our body as psychosomatic symptoms, and we
Wow.
end up with challenging health issues as a result of it.
Yeah, some people may view this month as the month of love, right? And they may
Yeah,
be dealing with some emotional disappointment. How do you
yeah.
manage your way through heartbreak?
You manage your way through heartbreak by just acknowledging that the event really happened. And I always say that healthy grieving is always leading to healthy heart health. When we grieve and we are able to acknowledge the loss, and we're able to bring all of that together and just be honest with ourselves that we had a loss, grieving is always one of the best ways to help us with managing heartbreak and moving forward in an emotionally well place.
I totally get it. Right now, how can someone, I guess, prepare their hearts for love again after disappointment?
I say all the time that we have to keep and remain hopeful. Just remind yourself that love actually is for you, right? That we all have experienced disappointment at some time or another, but our responsibility is to stay in the game, keep your mind healthy, be hopeful, be gracious to yourself, be sure that you're implementing some of those amazing love techniques that you want to give to others. Be sure
Hmm.
that you're putting it on yourself first, right? Because self care and self love is the best way that we can project that space onto other people.
Yeah, a little self-care, some smiles and laughter can go a long way. Dr. Tori, how
A
can people
long
reach
way.
out to you if they want to learn more, maybe get some counseling, some guidance from you as well?
Absolutely. You can find me at gracefuljourneycounseling.com, or you can look me up on Instagram when Tori Talks.
That's how I found you. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us here on
you.
Daybreak. A pleasure to have you.
A pleasure to have you, Cleo, and happy post Valentine's Day to you.
Thank you so much.